Good afternoon, everyone. This is Happy Wanderer Miriam, and I am in Granville, Ohio. Can you picture this place over 200 years ago when my great-grandparents, actually fourth great-grandparents, Benjamin Critchett and Miriam Harvey came here in 1810, their final known place of residence, and more than likely buried in the town cemetery here. I'm starting at the east end of Broadway, and this is how it is on June 11th, 2019. This is the inn that I just took the sign of, which was here in 1812. Interesting place. I just love this city. So I'm going to walk down the sidewalk, heading from east to west, and it was at the west corner of Broadway where Benjamin Critchett's log cabin was. When he came here in 1810, actually the town was established in 1805, and they came here in 1810, and there was already a log cabin on the property that he bought. So this is an interesting building just down from the Buxton Inn. Here we are at the corner of Pearl Street. Such a nice broad street, main street they made. They had good insight when they developed this over 200 years ago. Which story is at the Historical Society, or down a little bit from here, and I will try to read that if I have some room left on this video. So here are the surrounding homes. Very well laid out, very clean, very green. And this is more for my Harvey and Critchett family members. If any of you see this and view it, we are cousins. Across the street, looks like there's now a little popcorn shop in that building. Cute little gourmet shops. The Historical Society Museum is not open today. There's another museum here. I've never been in this, and I'm not sure if that is open either. Tells a little bit about it on this Ohio historical marker. It's called the Robbins Hunter Museum, Avery Downer House, built in 1842. That was a little bit beyond Miriam and Benjamin's time frame. I believe Miriam died in 1815 and Benjamin died in 1822. And this is the public library. Looks like some men working over there at that facility. I think that's the post office. This is in front of the library. which is at the corner of South Prospect Street. Yes, that's the United States Post Office. And there's some men working. It's a very, very well taken care of town. Very clean and pretty. Good job. What kind of tree is that? A little maple?
Yes, it is.
Yeah, it's nice looking. Thank you. Now this is looking down Prospect. Nothing's coming, so I'm kind of walking against the sign, but and here we are at the bookstore. They do have some historical, from the Historical Society books in there. Hello. And looking back across the street, Village Coffee Company. And read some of the names. Fine food. Looks like maybe, I don't know if it's Italian or what it says, but fine food across the way. And over here is Dragon Village, where I just had lunch. Chinese. It's a nice little walking town. Not very strenuous. And it's a fairly cool day today. Actually, last night was quite cool for June. It's June 11th, 2019. It was like 48 degrees last night. In my camper van, that was a little cool. Bank. And this is the Granville Historical Museum, which at one time was, I think, a bank. We can read the little information on it. Yes, Bank of the Alexandrian Society, built by William Steedman in 1816 of local stone. So that was my great-grandfather Benjamin Critchett would have been here, because they arrived in 1810 and he lived to 1822. It said it printed its own currency. The bank failed in 1817 and in 1837, so they must have tried to keep it running. It's been used as a store, a post office, and a railway depot. Enlarged and opened as a museum during Granville's I can't say that, the celebration in 1955, and was listed on the National Register of Historic Places as part of the Granville Historic District in 1980. And this is a church. Pretty flowers on the post. Across the way, as I am looking, you see that church there. Behind that property, or on that property, is where Benjamin Critchett and Miriam Harvey settled. In 1810, when he came here, there was already a log cabin on the property. I think his was the only piece of property that had anything on it. And I believe Matthew Harvey Critchett's property might have been behind and down a little bit. And Jonathan's across the way and down a couple streets. I have all the paperwork on that. Anyways, this tells about founding of Granville, the Licking Company. In 1804, a group of neighbors in Granville, Massachusetts, and Granby, Connecticut, formed the Licking Company for the purpose of moving to new lands in Ohio. Inspired and informed by the settlement of Worthington in 1803, the company purchased 29,040 acres in the U.S. military district. Advanced parties surveyed and mapped a site. Established as a mill and planted grain. The company planned a public square, a school, library, quarry, burial ground, and property for the support of churches. In November and December 1805, some 150 immigrants in ox-drawn wagons arrived in their new home and built temporary shelters on the designated public square. On December 9th through the 12th, 1805, company members selected their Granville lots in an auction that was described as peaceable and honest. On the other side of the plaque is this information, and this is very interesting here. I believe this is the common right here, Main Street. Over here off Broadway, over here would be Benjamin Critchett and Miriam Harvey's log home in that general area right there. I'm thinking there was probably a lot established here because I believe that's where it was. So anyways, it says deed of the Licking Company reads, there shall be laid out a town plat in the most eligible part of said tract of land. The town site chosen was sheltered by the hills with copious springs, but open to the south on the second terrace above a branch of the Licking River. Today's village streets reflect the original plan with its broad way and connecting roads to Lancaster, Owl Creek, Mount Vernon, and Worthington. So this would have been the original plan set up for the town. And like I said, Miriam Critchett and Benjamin Harvey's log home in 1810, when they came here, there was a log home already established, and that's where they settled for the remaining of their days. Very busy now, as you see all kinds of trucks and things come down here. So here it is, Main Street, South Main Street to the left here, and I'm parked. I don't know if you can catch a glimpse of my camper van. But across the way where that church is there, that would have been the area where Benjamin Critchett and Miriam Harvey settled when they first came here in 1810. So I hope you've all enjoyed this little video clip. Thank you very much for viewing. Bye now.